Last week, the Congressional Subcommittee on Immigration met again to discuss the possibility of immigration reform by the end of the year. Senator Alex Padilla opened the meeting by encouraging the Senate to pass some of the many immigration reform bills that have been introduced, including the reduction of the visa backlog and a pathway to citizenship for essential workers. Senator Dick Durbin then emphasized the need for a bipartisan bill to address the urgent shortage of doctors and nurses in America.
Our immigration system is broken. We're a 50-50 Senate and a 50-50 committee within the Senate. And it's difficult to find a bipartisan approach that does ring true to everyone involved in it. Wouldn't it be something if we did, before the end of the year, a bipartisan bill that brought more doctors and nurses to America where we desperately need them right now? The bills that have been addressed here, the Healthcare Workforce Resilience Act, the Conrad State 30 and Physician Access Reauthorization Act, have more than a dozen Republican co-sponsors. You know what that means in terms of the Senate? That means we could hit the magic number of 60 and get this through.
But when the floor was turned over to Republican Senator John Cornyn of Texas, previously a co-sponsor of the bipartisan healthcare workforce bill, he used the hearing as an opportunity to complain about the border instead.
It's hard for us to make progress on areas even where there's consensus on the topic of immigration while the border is on fire. Border Patrol is overwhelmed by the volume of humanity coming across, which is, of course, part of the plan, part of the business model of the drug cartels, overwhelm the Border Patrol. I can't imagine a path forward until we find some way to deal with the crisis at the border.
When asked by reporters what the possibility was of a compromise on border security in exchange for immigration reform, he said none. Meanwhile, in the House of Representatives, Zoe Lofgren, the Democrat from California who recently introduced the registry bill to Congress, was asked for her thoughts on immigration reform this year. She responded that she doesn't know whether it's possible to advance additional things through the House, and it's worth noting in the last 2 decades, nothing has ever happened before or after the midterm elections. However, there is still optimism in Congress that the immigration reform amendments of the National Defense Authorization Act could pass this year. I'll include a link to that video here. Click here to find out what those amendments are, and I'll see you there.